akor buram nalaying ipin sedang ban pen isha kiwe kat shaba pisang nadu ka mentah du kalasai walawe jong piti kan yai pernai.
This is the fabled Mawphlang Sacred Grove in the East Khasi Hills of Meghalaya. The grove is also part of the Khasi Hills Community Red Plus or Avoided Deforestation carbon project. It's the first such project in India and remains one of few anywhere which is actually owned and run by local indigenous communities. COTAP donors have bought more than $230,000 worth of Khasi carbon credits over the past 8 years. Since it only takes around 36 hours to get from San Francisco to Mawphlang, I figured it was about time that I swing by to check out some project activities and meet some participants, beneficiaries, and project staff.
Hello.
Kublai Tim, welcome to the office.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is...
Hello, Kublai.
My name is Mas Pramurumyang. I'm from Bridge.
We are so pleased that we are here, We really need you because, as you know, you are the only partner that you purchase the higher price of all the carbon. So let's give a round clap for this. You are more than double. This is a Khasi traditional shawl that we wear during the festivals or the special gatherings.
Cool. The project covers nearly 90 square miles and spans 86 remote villages with over 7,400 families. So, I'm gonna need a tour guide, and the guy for the job is hometown hero Ba Tambor Lingdo, the Khasi project director and the central figure in the project's creation and success. Tambor is a gifted organizer who has served the Khasi community for over 3 decades. He's received many regional and national awards for his wide-ranging conservation work, including but not limited to the Carbon Project. When Prime Minister Modi visited the Sacred Grove in 2016, it was Tambor who was the receiving dignitary. The scope of the Khasi Hills Red Project is vast, so I decided to focus on 3 core themes for my 3-day trip: forest conservation, socioeconomic activities, and ecotourism.
Kini kiding ki bangi tung haf nam arja khatsan hak bangi tung da ki hud volunteer bagi be na posnong kini kiding nim kiduna ba kiding namar ba ki atho ding ki brio terin ba kasnong mangmar kla pelong kini kum ka NR te kum ta ki la penek pensa yang kini jaka ban mata ka long klau ka he ding kam ni.
Does he have a favorite tree type?
Yeah. Dia
sopnat hang ni tu dia soat hi bagi brio posnong ki yo ban bam ki yo ban di.
How is your seedling survival rate, and what do you do to ensure that it's maximized? Yeah.
Kani jaka ke survival rate dengan kiding bitung punya
70%.
Yeah.
Nyadan mentah kane carbon plot kepadai kiat kami trong project. Niwan banthau kane carbon plot sisian sisnem banyo jingtip yak jinghe jing kiding ban yo jingtip yak jingmi trong carbon. Niwan ban petru yakane carbon plot khnang baken numdan kana kono jingthot.
Ka Khasi Hills Community Red Plus Project kadanya ka forestry team ha ka bagayarap yakin ong shnong bakin sungthu kumno ban panan kami ki klau ki betap.
Nyarap ro bangin pencinai ki village management map kanang bakin kinang kumno bakin penan kami ki klau ki tetap kanang bakan soi na bentaka po kalawai ke bamentabat ke bansawan kulishibun.
So for a plot like this, how much carbon does it have in it, roughly, or how is that? I know they measure the number and the girth of the trees at chest or breast height, right? DBH.
Yeah, DBH.
Then they just make calculations based like if a tree is so wide at this height, then using a certain methodology, one can assume it's got this much carbon. In terms of intervention, I mean, if something is deforested or scrubland, you try to plant, but if it's dense forest, the goal is just
leave it under.
Don't mess with the best.
Sure, no weeding inside the carbon plot. So we want as much as carbon to be accumulated within the plot.
So are you guys now like estimating the carbon content of the roots as well? Okay.
Nilai tray rangkat snong mat kesenjuk ban penek pensa mat penitenat biang ya kejing jerngam jong kaneka klau. Na du uar jar khatsan ngila sedang ya kata. Bat hadian bangila la ban penek pensa biang ya ka ngila bu saki kamera trap ban yo ya ki merat. Bat borok ki jing don ki merat ki badon hakane klau ki besong basa haka.
Is there a fire break around the perimeter of the project?
No, but we just identify which are the prone areas or the areas which are susceptible to forest fire. Then we ask the villagers to make a fire line.
Yeah.
In fact, they come with the idea to us that we need to make a fire line here because it's more susceptible to the forest fire.
Chop, 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 chop.
Sakawipat kalong kubo layor banya thung kidi kumki nong shang shnong bangna snaru phiar lan te kibedi ban peniak pensa iknika mariang sai semo nge snyo kumian namar kumka senjuk kala ya le bha badji kum ongki nong shang shnong.
Ban kong sa ban aingu yo play nong bu nong thau ba yo ban play ka lat be kan du ka ne ka jing kan du lang jong ki nong sensyar baro ka ne ka jing perkhat kam jong ka senjuk kalwang ka dor bar ka bi kan du na ka we ka pot ka pat ne ba senjuk ka le apa yang kita ne rusak sang lam yang ne ban kan du na ka jing member snong SSG member kilong kamay kilong pa te kan ku meeting ong ka LBC ngi sai long mga ka lai benai si sien sementara kadai ke meeting ke begini perkat kam ke kesenjuk ke le bat kesenjuk ke don kesenjuk ke sai pentrai ke kam
kita lai training ke food processing ke semua ban sedang no ikan jar tin sayok jingeram na ke office.
Kublai Shibun. I'm visiting India for the first time to say hello and see the project and hear the people talk, and that's about it. So I like to add a few questions. I'm curious, and so I just want to learn more about the LWCs.
Tengi jushim arut ki member kantei, but arut ki member shenrang, te rengkat ki rang bashnong ki volunteer ki CF, te nakashnong ki lami lalong no 50.
So how frequently and typically for how long and about what do they meet?
Ka meeting kalong ta kasyong tang kat kum kajing don kikam kasang kum kajing don kajenda ngi keren kalong kat kum kajing bathaba kum kajing yo ngi kai bengi trail lang ba ko fasjok senjuk kat kum kajing mi bang lai keren meeting mar benai.
I would assume that the LWC unanimously agrees on all matters every time.
kat kum ka jing wan ra jongi ki jing betha na ka office ye kinu ki kam kadan ka por ba ki ya menjur kadan ka por ki ai jing mut lang.
What are a couple of ways that you feel the project strengthens, or the LWCs, or yours specifically, strengthen project governance?
Ngi das hundu ya kai ka bakar kami tingga ka sim kim cukan ta batang ka wei ka jingmut ka ba mangingi ai ki pedia subha ma ladangi dei makana ki kin thairu long ki kaden be ka jing pedia subha ya ki ka jingmut ka ba hatam ka ba mangingi ai.
The RED project actively assists communities in replacing grazing livestock with stall-fed chickens and pigs. That, in turn, decreases the need for cattle and goats, which graze on and trample seedlings, and along with them, the forest's ability to naturally regenerate itself. So this is like, I guess, the stall-fed piggery that they do to displace some of the open grazing with cattle. Does it have a name? His name is Dinner.
Bang tu jing bang ken na ai bang. Bang ken bang. Bang tu ka jing bang ken. Hek loi na san kloi kloi.
Ka kam ka bangi tri ha kane ka krup ngi risnyang bat ngi ai kublei ro ya ka senjuk ba ke kila ai shibun ki jing yarap yangi kila kentiu ya ka yok ka kot jongi ngi kit bakit wiang ba ya ka senjuk ba kandang la ban kiu shiprang habarok kiliang bakal la ai yangi shibun ki jing yarap. Lengba ka jing ai ka senjuk ya kini kun siar ngalala ro ban thiet khambun susu ki sembai kun siar bangala ban ri ba ka balong ru ban kentiu kamai ka ji jonga ban pendap ya ka yin ka sem jonga kini ki siar te ke habaki khapeleng tingi bun ba hi ki badi.
Do you get emotionally attached to the chickens?
Sung benut ni ken ki jing ri la chong te so benut hi ban dia. So benut di memar ba kata lari la iete ke cingri baro hi na du ki senyang kum ki masih ke rambut dia lang benut hi. Kajing mentoy ke jonga ba ngayo yung rice cooker kalong ba kala pensuk yang ngasibun.
How was your breakfast? Good, tasty, nice. Bye. Have a good day at school. Kublai.
Aku porbo pat yo teng ya lewat di mentah tengemnya thok di lot ngemnya wat di lot ngila ya chat rice cooker bag ngila ya chat kas kendet.
Ngelayo adu riau tarik mana wis pau ada kat nyu ngelayo nak senjuk. Te kai warak jeng mentoi sibuan nyangi nama ka warak kecing kloi kam kloi jam ma kan gas. Hoi ban shwa pon bia thang ka dieng te bon sien da shet sdi ro chat thaj ha long ka jin dai. Te long chat kloi ban shet sarwa be kom tu te ni mentala don kan ni te bon sien la long luk san hi teng kwa shet phla kan. Shpang kwa shet shau shpang kwa shet mu shpang kwa shet lai fu jai ke te jeng bam no mar ba la long pen kloi te. Hoi ban shwa pon bia thang ka dieng te bon sien da shet sdi ro chat thaj ha long ka jin dai. Te long chat kloi ban shwa long la kham kloi ke.
So what's for dinner tonight? What's she cooking tonight?
Have shed do masih do masih pan eh.
Yeah, the beef and the potatoes.
we have divided the project area into 3 zones for ecotourism purpose only. So the reason being that is we don't want to include all the villages for ecotourism. There has to be some criteria. Firstly, it will be like the natural beauty I've been telling you. And secondly, there should be a fair amount of cultural preservation about the culture and traditions of the Khasi. That could be another attraction too for the tourists. And and the other factors, proximity from the main road. So this is one of the spots which we have identified to be a good place for attracting tourists. So in the project right about now, we are in a stage where we are after identifying the locations, we have to create a support service for the locations, because tourism depends mainly on services. Could be accommodation, like you said, the homestays and all that, then food and beverage, then like tour guides, first aid, and many other things, amenities and activities like this,
right,
which has, you know, a pull factor.
Well, I guess we're going to watch a demonstration here.
A demonstration, yeah.
A successful demonstration.
Yep. So
that doesn't involve me. After 3 days of bouncing around the countryside, I was blown away with how much we were able to see, but I felt the visit would not be complete without a sit-down chat with Tambor. Welcome to Between Two Ferns, Meghalaya edition. I must say, it's warming up here today. I'm going to have to put my hat back on, and that inspires me to talk about the weather here. So Meghalaya gets about 19 times average annual rainfall.
Than California.
And just as an example, I also looked up the wettest hurricane on record and in Texas in the United States was Hurricane Harvey in 2017, which dumped, there's different areas got different amounts, but just the lower estimate in general is 30 inches. Meghalaya's rainfall is something like, on average, you guys get 15 and a half Hurricane Harveys worth of rain per year. Mm. And here's the kicker. You also say, like in the annual reports, that the area is experiencing drought. And I read that.
You're right. You hit it right.
I was like, okay, 15 Harveys, 19 Californias, yet there's drought. How is that possible?
So we are in a plateau where the rain effect is from the Bay of Bengal, which comes only the monsoon time. So we have rain only in the monsoon. It starts from June to September, sometime to October. So when these winds are retreating back, we don't have rain, and that make us we face the drought during the month of February and March.
So that basically means that all this rain is highly seasonal.
Yeah, very much.
On the question of gender, as a society, Meghalaya is matrilineal.
Yeah, matrilineal.
Right? Yet, most of the governance structure that's visible, on the reports and whatnot, is I don't know, 100% men. So I'm curious about that. How is that so?
Men do make decisions in the council of men, where you have the Dorbar. In the house, in the family, the mother is the head, the woman is the head, and you should know that every girl child have their parts. But the custodian of everything else is the last daughter of the family, because the youngest, she needs support from the family. We now see that everywhere we go, we will see women are more than the men. They are actively participating, and we are having about 260 SDGs with our women operate by women.
So Tambor, I just wanted to ask you you to speak a little bit to a lot of folks from my world see you as the leader of, the RED project, but in reality, the RED project is one of many things the Federation does, and you also have many other hats outside the Federation.
I'm a kind of a man that has been involved in learning so many things through my community service. Most thing that I love is forestry and tourism. that these are two things I really put myself in. It might be forestry for a heritage site, forestry for wildlife conservation, forestry for engaging with some sacred grove. I've been reviving 2 sacred groves already now.
And are these potential additional, like, separate red projects? Or
These are separate. Yeah, these are.
Could they be like a carbon project, or is it?
Yeah, it might be in the future. Why not?
Yeah.
Because now when it is depleting means it is like barren like this. So we are starting to grow trees there.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Kublai.
Kublai.
มันช้ากับคราวกับระเบนทำมันตาแดงกับตั้งเต็มตาให้คิวดุกละดังวันระเบนเดีย
Masyong hakakaspo, nisnya kwen basnyo sarong, ya kajinggan kasenjuk, hai kasnong jongi, yo I badan shibun kijing nentoy, bang yo lengba, bat nila yo.
Kublai, Kublai, Kublai. Khasi